Attention business owners, this important message is for you if you're a business owner and you're frustrated at the success of your website, or you want leading edge information on making your website more profitable. If you're not a business owner, click on the skip ad button at the bottom of your screen and you'll go straight through to the video you want to watch. My name's Chris Cardell and I've created this special video because I wanted to have a conversation with you about your business, your website specifically, and internet marketing in general. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you 7 internet and website game changers. By game changers, I mean these are going to be simple steps you can take that will literally change the game for what's happening with your website, your internet marketing, and your entire business. If you're not familiar with me and my work, I'm very proud to say I'm one of the world's leading providers of internet marketing, sales, and business success information to business owners and entrepreneurs in the USA, Australia, Europe, Asia, and Canada. I've been doing this for 20 years, 2 decades. Over 300,000 business owners receive my online marketing information every week. Every year, 700 entrepreneurs pay $2,000 to come to my annual Entrepreneur Summit. I've been featured on national media because I grew a reputation a while ago for being able to go into a business and make quick changes that produce dramatic results that are much higher than most people think possible. I tell you all that just so you know this is the real deal. We have our finger on the pulse. We interact with 300,000 business owners every week. So we really see what works and what doesn't work on the internet. And I'm increasingly frustrated at seeing really good, well-intentioned business owners working hard day and night to grow their businesses, and the whole thing is being jeopardized because they're getting bad advice and bad support when it comes to what we should be doing online. I want to run through with you quickly these 7 game changers. You might want to take notes because this is a compilation of everything I've been doing over these 20 years. My goal when I go into a business is to grow its profits by 50% to 250%. All that media coverage I mentioned is because that's what I got a reputation for doing. When we do that, this is what we do. So here are the 7 internet game changers. Game changer 1 is called the 8-second test. You've got to know whether your website passes the 8-second test. This has been extensively measured across thousands of business websites. We know that on average, 50% of all people visiting websites leave those websites within just 8 seconds. When someone's surfing the web and they arrive at your website, this means statistically half of them are going to leave within 8 seconds. Why is that? Well, think of the phrase surfing the web. Think of how you maybe search for something on Google. You go here, you go there. Don't you make an instant split-second decision on the value of the website you've arrived at? If you've only got 8 seconds to keep someone's attention on your website, you better be doing something pretty compelling within those 8 seconds. This is the first area that most web designers, frankly, haven't got a clue about. They'll tell you about all these things you should be doing on all these multiple pages on your site, and you need all this content with 25 pages and you need a blog. But look, if half the audience aren't even going to scroll down the first page, that's all irrelevant if we don't keep them and maximize their attention on that page. So your whole focus and attention should be on the 8-second test. You've got to be doing the right things to make sure your website passes the 8-second test. Game changer 2 is the big internet sales myth. It's a lie, actually, that we've been asked to buy into by the web design world. The myth says, build it and they will come. It says that if you and I build a really nice website and give a web designer a lot of money to make it look really pretty and have everything in the right place, people will come along and start throwing money at us and calling us up and emailing us and becoming customers. Well, you may have noticed that's BS. It does not work like that. Now, you should know that some of what I say is quite controversial because my intention with you is very clear. I only want to do an amazing job for the entrepreneurs I work with, so I tell it like it is. Now, sometimes people don't want to hear the truth, but this whole idea that you can sell immediately to people online doesn't work. I've been doing this for 20 years. We interact with hundreds of thousands of business owners. It doesn't work. The idea that someone who 30 seconds ago had never heard of you is going to come to your website and immediately start throwing money at you doesn't work. Now, I'm not saying it will never happen. You'll get the occasional sale, but you won't get enough sales to guarantee the income to send a lot more traffic back to your site. That's the bad news. That approach doesn't work. The good news is there is a way of doing this that does work. It involves turning your whole approach to internet marketing 180 degrees on its head. That is, to change the purpose of your website. If you really want to transform your business and stand out from the competition, you want to make the purpose of your website not to quickly get money out of a customer, but to begin a relationship with a customer. It's a fundamental difference. It's having a customer arrive at your website and instead of immediately trying to sell them something, you're going to give them something of value up front. You're perhaps giving them access to information or a free report or a video like this one or a sample of your product, maybe a 20-minute phone consult with you, whatever it might be, in exchange for their email address and perhaps some other contact details. This is called permission marketing. Here are the numbers. This has been measured. If you try to sell immediately online, the average sales rate is 1%. It's 1 out of 100 visitors. But if you do permission marketing, sometimes called lead generation, you can get that number up to 15%, 20%, or 25%. That's an increase in potential customers of 1,000 to 2,000%. Now, unless you're pure e-commerce, if your site's been set up to immediately sell to people, you're going to struggle with it. It's not going to work. And even with e-commerce, you want to incorporate these relationship building approaches too. Game changer 3 is what we're doing now. Here we are in the internet world doing online video. You must have online video on your website, but it must also be the right type of online video. 2 or 3 years ago, you could get away with not doing it. Well, we're now in a world where if you land at a silent website, it's like a silent movie. It's out of date. It just doesn't work anymore. Here's a suggestion. Stop thinking about, oh, it's my website, and think of your internet presence as your multimedia presence online. When a potential or existing customer comes to your website, they're really entering your multimedia world. You should be speaking to them in words and pictures, but also in video, and you've got to do it in the right way. We've seen video added to pages improve response by 50%, 100%, 200% or more. At the same time, if you put the wrong type of video on there, or you say things in the wrong way, it's actually less effective. So you've got to have video, but you've got to be doing it the right way. So here's a tip for you. People ask, well, okay, but how do I do this? Where do I start? One of the best ways to do it, if you don't actually want to do what I'm doing now and being on film like this, is to have somebody interview you. Have them sit down with you and do a 20-minute interview with you and ask you the 10 most common questions you're asked in your business. Have someone record it and chop those 10 answers up into a few online videos. Then you've got your online video. Video also has to be in the right place and position on your site. Video is absolutely essential. Game changer 4 is pay-per-click advertising on Google and the other search engines. Use Google AdWords. I know what it's like as a business owner. You're bombarded with all this stuff. Should you be doing blogs, SEO, this, that, and the other? By the way, let me say something very briefly about SEO, search engine optimization. SEO is the practice of manipulating the search results to try to beat Google and get higher up on Google's free listings. Don't do it, please. It's a terrible waste of time, effort, and resources. Do you know what you're basically being offered when people knock on your door wanting your money to do this? They're saying to you, let's take on Google. Let's take on a company that earns $15 billion every quarter and employs rocket scientists. We can take them on and we can beat them. Well, no, we can't. You can do it. You can do it short term, but But if Google finds out you're manipulating their results, they will ban your website forever. SEO is dead. It had its value a while back, but it's a terrible use of your time, effort, and money. However, pay-per-click Google AdWords advertising is brilliant. It's one of the most revolutionary things in marketing so far this century, without a doubt. Right now, as we're speaking, people are searching for you on Google, or they're searching for the type of product or service that you sell. Certainly in this hour, people are going to be searching for it. Now, if you're not there, positioned up near the top of the search engines when they do that search, you're losing out big time. I've spent $3 million of my own money on Google AdWords over the last few years. You should know there's no one in the world who trains people in Google AdWords as I do who spent that much money on it themselves. There are lots of experts who claim they know all about it, but I'm actually doing it. I have two things to say to you about this. First, if you're not doing pay-per-click on Google, you've got to be doing it. It's as simple as that. If you are doing it, it's really worth you getting very good at it. My goal normally is to double the amount of clicks you're getting and halve the cost per click at the same time. There are all sorts of cool things that you can do with pay-per-click. It's brilliant. Game changer 5 is a biggie. It's email marketing. People have the whole email thing completely wrong. People think, well, I shouldn't be doing email because the customers don't want to be bombarded by email. Well, I'm very fortunate in my work. I get to spend time with a lot of wealthy entrepreneur millionaires, including all the people who've made their money online. And I'll tell you the interesting thing about the internet millionaires. They don't make their money primarily from websites often. Now, obviously, they've got websites. You need a website. But for most of them, that's not where they actually make their money. They make their millions from email and email marketing. When you take a step back and think about it, what you've got with email is this incredible tool to keep in touch with your potential customers week in and week out, month in and month out, literally forever. I have a group of 100 entrepreneurs I work with across the year. It's called my Gold Mastermind group. It's like a private consulting group, and we meet 3 times a year. They pay $15,000 a year to be in this group. By the way, this is not a pitch for my group because we're full, but we had a meeting a few weeks ago. Several of them in every range of business you can imagine, from business to consumer, are doing daily emails every single day and making it work. Now, you don't have to do daily emails, but I'm going to hazard a guess that you're not emailing your customers enough. You must be emailing your customers at least twice a week. The secret is a way of doing this where you don't just sell to them all the time. It's this word, relationship, again. You use email as part of building up and enhancing your relationship with your customers. To do email marketing effectively, well, this is a huge subject, but you do need to have what's called an autoresponder in place on your website to capture people's details. This is building the relationship. You can get 15%, 20%, 25% of people who visit your site to sign up with you, but aim to be sending at least 2 emails to them every week. Game changer 6 is Facebook. I just want to blow out some of the myths about Facebook because people are wasting a lot of time doing ineffective stuff on Facebook. Getting people to like you on Facebook has very little financial value. For most businesses, it actually has no value. We've tested this and we've seen it. You put all this time and effort and energy in, you get them to like you, but it doesn't produce sales and income. You should only do anything in terms of marketing and internet marketing if it produces profits. Now, there's a whole range of smart things to do on Facebook, and we would be here for hours if we talked about all of them. But let me just tell you one very new one that you can do right now. You can upload your customers' email addresses into Facebook and serve messages just to them direct into their news feed. This is a really cheap, effective way to reach people on Facebook. There are several elements, but that's something you definitely want to be doing. You do not want to be wasting huge amounts of time, effort, and money getting people to like you. Game changer 7 is actually a vital one that people just don't seem to know or understand. It's to do with the pages you send people to. Now, game changer 7 is the importance of landing pages. If you're not familiar with the phrase landing page, it's the page you send certain types of traffic to. If you advertise on Google or send an email out, you send them to a landing page. If you do other promotions and tell people to go to a certain page, the landing page is the page you send people to. Now, here's the important thing. Your landing page can be your home page, but it normally isn't. And I would suggest a mindset to think very seriously about landing pages. One of the big mistakes people make is they send everybody to the home page of their website where there are, 101 things going on. But landing pages have one core purpose. A little bit like on this video, there's not 101 things going on. I'm just having a direct one-to-one conversation with you about you and your business. Now, there are 19 things you could and should be doing with your landing page, and I want to invite you to have a way of experiencing with me both what they are and all these 7 key steps. To recap, here are our 7 internet game changers. Your website must pass the 8-second test. You need to drop the concept of just selling to people. You need to be building a relationship. You've got to be doing online video properly. You've got to be doing pay-per-click advertising. You want to have email marketing as part of your system. You need a good Facebook strategy, and you need to understand landing pages. So as a thank you for you being here, but also to introduce you to my work, I'm doing something right here, right now that's quite extraordinary. I have my flagship internet marketing product. It's basically your blueprint for how to do all of this. It's called Internet Mastery, and it's a 6 DVD recording that goes in depth on everything we're doing here right now. On these 6 DVDs, you'll discover how to get traffic to your website. Most people are only using 1 or 2 ways to get people to their website. I take you through the multiple ways of bringing traffic to your website. But that's only half the game. Once they're there, you've got to convert them into customers. On your Internet Mastery DVDs, we do conversion strategies and multiple methods for converting. We look at strategies like pay-per-click advertising. I'll show you how to set up a new pay-per-click account if you're not doing it. If you are doing it, I'll show you how to maximize your pay-per-click advertising. We do a whole session on how to do email marketing, who to email, when to email, and how to email. We go in depth on Facebook. There's a whole section on how to do online videos, and we take you through all of these landing page strategies. This is the complete blueprint, and I'm very proud of Internet Mastery. If you think about how much money you want your business to make in the year ahead, what would it be worth to you to finally sort out your website and internet marketing? For example, if you're doing a strategy at the moment that's getting, let's say, a 1% sales rate on your website, and we can get that up to 10% or 15% or 20%, what would that be worth to you? Well, here's what I'm doing today that's quite extraordinary. This resource of mine, Internet Mastery, my blueprint for you to do everything online, if you buy it anywhere else, is $1,000. That's a very fair value because the people who make the most of it will often see a return of $50,000, $100,000 or $250,000. I want you to have this resource. I want you to have this blueprint because when you implement it, it's pure win-win. You're going to be happy because you're making more money, and then chances are you and I will have a long-term relationship. Who knows, maybe one day you'll be one of the members of my $15,000 group. So there's something in it for me as well as for you to get this and do this now. So I'm willing to invest in you in this relationship. So if you do this right now here, instead of $1,000, I'm literally giving this away. If you're serious about your internet marketing, your website and your business, I would like to gift this to you for just 2 monthly payments of $47. So we're even letting you spread the payment over 2 months to make it so easy for you. Just 2 easy monthly payments of $47. Now, I know it's kind of crazy. As I say, it's win-win though. The reason I have 300,000 business owners work with me is they've had this experience. They've gone out there, they've done it, and they've got these results. It's worked really well for them, and I want it to work for you. Now, not only am I going to give you Internet Mastery for this extraordinary saving, but I'm gonna go a step further. I, for 20 years, have personally guaranteed everything I do in business. So Internet Mastery comes to you with this personal 100% guarantee from me. What does this mean? It means you have nothing to lose. You can actually only make money by getting Internet Mastery. Either it's worth $5,000 or more to you, or it's not, and I'll give you a full refund. Either way, there is zero risk for you. And here's the other good news. If you're watching this on a mobile phone, getting Internet Mastery and your bonuses is easy. All you have to do is tap the screen here and you'll see a Visit Advertiser link at the top of the screen. Tap on that link and that will take you through to your easy confirmation page. Confirm your details there and Internet Mastery and your free bonuses will be on their way to you. It's as simple as that. You do need to do this now. If you leave here, the offer goes because we're only doing this right here, right now for you watching the video. So tap the screen, then tap on the Visit Advertiser button and we'll get your Internet Mastery DVDs to you really quickly. But that's not all. I also have some really special free bonus gifts for you. I actually have over $1,000 of free gifts I'm going to give you along with Internet Mastery because I want you to get access to this material really quickly. First, there's a special free bonus video I'm going to give you called Facebook Profits. It's going to show you specifically, step by step, how to maximize your profits from Facebook. It's going to clear up the confusion people have about Facebook so you're really clear about what you need to do and how you can tap into the enormous power of Facebook to get more customers into your business. Your second bonus video is called Google Pay-Per-Click Profits. That's going to show you, particularly if you're new to pay-per-click, how to get going and growing in this instantly. You don't want to let another day go by without using Google to get you more customers. This bonus video shows you how. I also want to give you some very special free bonus reports. I'm giving you these because I want to give you everything that we've seen make a huge difference to the business owners I've helped over the last 2 decades across the world. First is 12 powerful referral strategies. The single best and cheapest way for you to grow your business fast is through referrals. You probably already get people coming to you through word of mouth recommendation. But do you actually have a referral system in place in your business? There are actually 12 different ways for you to get referrals. Referrals are brilliant because the people who come from referrals are free. You don't have to pay to get them as customers. And secondly, they tend to be the best customers because you've been recommended, so they come through the door actually excited to spend money with you. This free report will give you 12 powerful referral strategies. It's actually worth getting Internet Mastery just for this report. This report alone will have a dramatic impact on your business. There's another bonus report I'm going to give you absolutely free called 7 ways to increase your prices without losing customers. I've been doing this for 20 years and the number one thing I see again and again with business owners is people not charging enough for their products and services. It's highly likely that you could be charging significantly more for what you sell. Most of the time people are hesitant about charging more because their marketing isn't good enough to bring in enough customers and they're frightened of losing customers. I'm going to show you how to increase your prices without losing customers. In fact, there are 7 specific ways. People think the only way you can increase prices is to put your prices up. But there are all sorts of ways. In fact, I'll give you one right now. Did you know that on average, within your customer list, there are 5% of people you have as customers who will spend up to 10 times the price of your current most expensive offering? So let's say the most expensive thing you sell at the moment is $500. Well, there's a section of the wealthy segment of your customer list who would spend up to $5,000 if you offered them the right thing. What we call premium pricing is a big element of the work we do together. So I'm going to send you this report along with Internet Mastery free. Finally, this is what I'm really excited about because I was excited about creating it for you. I have a special report called the 21 Success Principles of the Millionaire Entrepreneurs. I've been very fortunate over the last 20 years to interact with hundreds of millionaire entrepreneurs. Some of them are very famous, like Sir Richard Branson and Martha Stewart. Many you wouldn't have heard of. They're working under the radar really to create their fortunes, but when I meet them, I kind of drill into their heads. And for 20 years, I've been working on creating a blueprint on the difference between the millionaire business owner and everybody else. I can tell you, the millionaires are lovely people, but they're not smarter than you. They weren't born with different genes to you. They're just potentially doing things differently and thinking differently. I've discovered 21 key traits that the entrepreneur millionaires have in common that seem to make a really big difference. As a gift, because I just want to get our relationship going and give you some really cool stuff, I'm going to send you this priceless report to you along with Internet Mastery and along with these other bonuses, which altogether, if you paid for them, would cost you well over $1,000. So please go ahead and do this now. You have absolutely nothing to lose. You have a 20-year reputation from me on doing this with hundreds of thousands of business owners across the world. But you do need to do this now. Just tap the button on this page now. If you go away from here, it all goes. The final thing I would say to you is this. First, I would suggest to you, going back to our conversation about the internet and your website, that this is urgent for most business owners. When I speak to entrepreneurs and look at what they're doing on their website and what they're doing or not doing with Google and Facebook, most entrepreneurs are losing money every day. I mean, if you bought something at the store, gave them $10 and were supposed to get $2 back in change, but they only gave you 50 cents, you'd be outraged, wouldn't you? You'd kick up a fuss. You wouldn't want to lose that money. Well, why should you lose the money? And why should another day go by losing money in your business? Why should another day go by without your website and internet marketing being all that it should be, and with you losing money online? That's why I'm going to encourage you to do this now. Don't postpone this. Great entrepreneurs make decisions fast. The other thing I'd say to you is that in this world of internet marketing, things are changing all the time. There are new breakthroughs and knowledge coming along every day. And this great pack of resources you're getting for this ridiculously low price is going to be a game changer for you. And you know, this isn't just about helping your business or your website be a bit more successful. This ultimately is about the reason I'm going to guess you went into business in the first place. Whatever type of business you're in and whatever you're doing, if you're like most of us as entrepreneurs, you did it for one reason. That's freedom. Maybe you wanted freedom from having to work for the boss from hell. Maybe you want financial freedom for you and your family. That freedom is going to come to you through one thing: you being able to get all the customers you need. These resources and gifts I'm giving you right now will enable you to do that. Remember, it's all backed up by my extraordinary $5,000 guarantee. If you're not convinced that Internet Mastery is worth $5,000 to you, just return it and I'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. Plus, you can keep all the bonuses as a special thank you from me. It's been great speaking to you. Getting your Internet Mastery DVDs and special bonuses is easy. If you're watching on your phone, just tap on the screen. You'll see a Visit Advertiser link at the top. Just tap on that. Please don't go away from here without doing it, and I will rush all of this material to you immediately. So tap on the screen and then tap on the link above. It's easy. Hopefully we'll meet one day soon, maybe at one of my events or seminars, and I really look forward to working with you personally to help create the success that you deserve.